Hey y'all, welcome back to AJ Speaks. I'm AJ, and today we're going to be doing a show review on Teen Mom OG Season 9, Episode 13. This is going to be a very quick review. Honestly, I don't see Teen Mom OG really lasting for too much longer. It really would surprise me. Very boring start of the episode, possibly very, very boring continuation of the season. To be honest with you, it would surprise me if we have a turn of events. I pretty much put in order who I feel like was probably the most boring to the least boring. I mean, it's the same old stuff. But we're going to get into Mackenzie. Mackenzie moved to Florida. Josh is back with her. Surprise, I knew he was going to come back. He paying for that truck. She's paying for his truck. So he's coming back. So you already know what that is. Like, okay, whatever. I don't really care for Josh. But she's saying they're in a great place in their marriage. So that's a good thing. You know, I always want people's marriage to work as long as it's authentic and genuine. You know what I'm saying? So best of wishes to them. She calls her father. He had a quadruple heart surgery. She calls him saying that there was going to be a surprise visit from just her, but she's going to surprise him with the kids and Josh, most importantly, the kids. And I'm just going to go ahead and group everything together from their scenes versus just going back and forth throughout every scene as the show went on. So I'm just going to group everybody together. So, she gets there. I forgot where she went back to. Somewhere up north, I believe. But she gets there to her dad's house. He's surprised to see Josh and the kids. He's very happy to see them. Her sister tells her that she found a sugar stash in his room. The father has diabetes and Mackenzie also has diabetes. So she found a sugar stash in his room, and they were sitting together as siblings, just talking about their father and how it was important for them to have staged an intervention for him to, to be better, pretty much. And so they were working out outside in the garage. Pretty nice little workout set up. And the fact that her family takes that much pride in fitness is great. I honestly wish I would have grown up like that. I was fit for sports, but when I got out of sports or whatever, I just was eating, okay? After years of being on a strict, diet for my sports, I kind of lost it. And I hope to find my way back, but slow and steady wins the race. But I really do like that they have a very conscious fitness background, it seems like. So that's what's up. So the father comes over while they're working out, and they pretty much do an intervention with the father, saying they found him with the sugar stash, and he hasn't been eating as healthy as he was when her mom was alive. Basically, last season, we saw this season end, and her mother lost her battle with cancer. And, I can only imagine how she was feeling. I regret the day when my mother passes on. Like, I can't, at this moment, especially being as young as I am, I can't fathom losing my mother, even though we know death is going to happen. But it's hard, and it's even harder, not only for the children, but for the husband as well. He was with her every day, especially in her end days. So it's hard on him too. He doesn't think that he's depressed, but he's definitely depressed. He's not eating as healthy as he used to, and that's because his wife was cooking. So now he doesn't have anybody cooking for him. And so her sister is a dietitian, and her sister's husband was saying that, hey, she can cook, and we'll bring you over weekly meals. And I'm just like, why weren't y'all doing this before? But okay, I go along with it. So, and that was pretty much it. Excuse me, y'all. That was pretty much it for them. He doesn't feel like he's depressed, but that was he's depressed. I mean, he lost the love of his life. He's alone. And then on top of that, having the heart surgery that he did, it's hard on him, and it's understandable. And Mackenzie recommends him eating healthier will make him feel better, as well as him partaking in therapy. And I feel like that's going to be very important too, because it's hard. Like I can only imagine losing a loved one, especially your wife, and he needs help. He's pretty much alone. And then Mackenzie moved away with the kids. Like he still has Mackenzie's siblings there, and I think they had a newborn there on the couch for one of the girls, but I think the other daughter has children too. But he's still primarily living by himself. So it's a lot not having your wife through. But prayers for her and her family, and I pray that he, just gets better and finds his way. That's what I pray for him. So we get into the next couple. The next couple I want to talk about is Maci and Taylor. I really feel like Maci and Taylor's time is up. It's up. Because at this point, y'all just have a storyline based off of Bentley. And that to me is messed up. I want to hear about when Taylor allegedly used to get so messed up that y'all in there having verbal arguments, because I ain't never heard of nothing physical. But I want to hear some juicy. This whole Ryan storyline is just getting old to me. His parents getting old to me. Ryan is who he is. He's an addict. He doesn't make the best decisions. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all have made crazy decisions, and he'll continue to be who he is until he really tries to change it. I'm really tired of them, to be honest with you. But we get into it or whatnot. It's Easter, so she had the Easter bunny. Maci had the Easter bunny come over, surprise Maverick and Jade, and seems like a good time, whatever. And Maci goes out to eat with a friend. She's saying she still feels tension between Jen and Larry, who are Ryan's parents, Bentley's grandparents. And she just still feels some type of way because Larry went to the tabloids talking. I'm like, Larry must have been getting paid. Because why would you go out and tell your family business? That is embarrassing to me. But he must have been getting paid. He had to be. So we remember at the reunion last season, Taylor and Larry got into it. They stood up. I was like, please don't beat this Medicare. Don't beat this Medicare old man up. Don't do him like that, Taylor. It ain't even worth it. All that was honestly pointless to me personally. I understand if Taylor was coming to his stepson and his wife's defense, but that was just too much. Why would you give that much energy to basically, it's all really about Ryan when you think about it. So why would you give him that energy? But then again, I can understand if the parents, it seems like in Taylor's eyes and in Maci's eyes as well, that Ryan's parents guilt trips Bentley into trying to care for Ryan's feelings. Ryan is a grown-ass man. He's a grown man. So having this child having to feel for his father due to his father's own doing, that's just too much for a child to bear. So I do understand that, but I really feel like the way he went off about it was just a little bit too much, but whatever. And so they end up telling Bentley about what happened at the reunion. I mean, it's going to come out on TV anyway, so they just went ahead and told him. And he was acting like he wasn't worried about it, but she knew that he was worried about it. But Bentley, at this point, I feel like nothing surprise him. He deals with it in his own way, and he just go about it. That's a lot for a child, because whether he going to a public or private school, I'm pretty sure those kids watch this show, or their parents watch these shows. Because if they have kids the age of Bentley's age or whatever, they probably Maci's age. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, possibly. I'm not saying all of them, but they probably watch the show and be teasing him or saying whatever. So he's probably grown numb to the fact that people know his life. And that's sad too. Like, I wouldn't want to be a celebrity. I really wouldn't. Because that's just too much. I don't want anybody in my personal life. My personal life is my personal life for a reason. And that's why, slight detour, that's why I commend Chelsea for leaving Teen Mom, whichever one that, Teen Mom 2 or whatever franchise that was, because she was realizing it was impacting Aubrey's life. And I really feel like with Maci, That Leo is so hungry for the money. I ain't even mad at it. Fellow Leo over here too. But when it comes to your kid, you need to do what's right for your kid. And he at an age to where he becoming a teenager. And he want more privacy. Nobody want their life exposed like that. So Macy needs to think about that. Because I feel like it's going to have a bearing on her and Bentley's relationship. And he might start acting out. I hope not, but... And so Taylor gets into that he regrets how he handled things with Larry, as he should. Like I said, I can understand him wanting to take up for his stepson and his wife, but it's a better way of handling it. And I believe that he didn't want Bentley to feel as though he's trying to keep him from a relationship with his grandparents or anyone like that. So yeah, it's all of it's understandable. It's just a lot of boring nonsense to me. The grandparents, we get to the grandparents. The grandparents realized that it was a hostile environment in the reunion. But my thing is, both of y'all were hostile. Like, Larry has to take responsibility. Jen just be there crying, so I can't really say it was her fault or not. She just in the middle, and I can only imagine being in the middle of trying to be there for your son and have a relationship with your grandson. So she just be trying to smooth it all over. And poor little her, she just can't. But Taylor ends up talking to Bentley, basically apologizing for his actions, telling him that, he doesn't want to mess up a relationship, whether it be with the grandparents or his father. And it just all turns out well, and we'll just see how it goes on in the season. Whatever. I'm telling you, like, I am so disappointed. And I just really feel like this franchise just needs to be over with at this point. But anyway, moving on to Caitlyn and Tyler, honey. She pregnant again. My thing is this. I slick wonder if these folks didn't have the money that they have with Teen Mom, would y'all be having all these kids? Because truth be told, the tabloids be talking, or allegedly, whatever I'm supposed to say, they in trouble with the with the IRS because they don't pay their money. So, y'all got that, and then, there ain't no telling what else they got going on. And it's just like, I feel like if y'all didn't have this show, y'all would be up the creek. You would be strictly up the creek. Because what else are y'all doing? Like, they talked about their business last season, but that probably ain't going the way they want to. She talked about trying to be a blading eyebrow, whatever that stuff is, honey. I'm all natural. So I don't know nothing about that. But I just wonder if it wasn't for the money, would y'all be having all these kids? So we saw last season, Tyler was trying to get Caitlyn to do basically choosing for them to have a boy. And she said she wasn't going to spend $20,000. Well, you paying that much back to IRS, so y'all making some good money. You ain't want to pay them $20,000 for them to get your egg. Like, really? It's just something about that that just kind of struck my interest. Like, y'all really didn't want to do that. It was just something. But anyway, honey. So we know that she has Carly, who she gave up for adoption. And then she has Veda, Nova, and now she's currently pregnant. The producer gonna sit up there and ask her, or ask them, how do they have intimacy with the baby in there? They're just like, we just do it. I'm just like, that was a stupid question, but whatever. Like the baby gonna know what they doing, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't have any kids, but I would feel some type of way about, I don't want my baby to hear me, but the baby probably can't remember, but that's just me. But whatever. That was a question we didn't even need an answer to. Tyler really wants a boy. And it's understandable. Most men want a boy to carry on their last name. Totally understandable. But, after all this time y'all been trying for girls, I would have just called it a day. Because them girls look like they a lot. That's too much for me. But, hey, they got the means to do it, and I guess they got the patience too. So, she spoke about her 2 prior miscarriages. and she just felt like it wasn't the time, and hopefully this is the time to where she has her child. So she ended up telling the producer that at 8 weeks they could find out the gender, and she was going to get a blood test and send it off, and in 72 hours they'll email her what the gender of the child was. So she told the producer that she was going to send her the email, and she was going to pretty much do a gender reveal for Caitlyn and Tyler. So we showed them having the ultrasound. She just saw how the baby was looking. I hate to say a lot, my bad. This is just boring to me. Like, I'm just really suffering through it. Got the ultrasound, end up taking a prick of the finger to get the blood in the tube in order to get the gender revealed to them. And that girl, they're having a girl. And it wasn't no surprise. And you can just tell on Tyler's face, he was so disappointed. He was disappointed. But I'm just like, you can't be surprised. You should have just spent that money at $20,000. Y'all should have just spent $20,000 to try for that boy. And who's to know if that was going to even work, but at least you would have a chance. Apparently she ain't eating some, or his little swimmers are not boy material. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever, honey. So we get to Amber and Gary, Leah and Christiana. First of all, and I keep on looking up because I believe a butterfly is in my house, and it is a butterfly, and it is on my ceiling. Please excuse me. I'm not losing my mind. I'll get it in a minute. I think butterfly means good luck, so that's a good thing. Honey, I live in the country. Ain't no telling I'd rather have a butterfly than a mosquito. Okay, so it is what it is. So we get to Amber. We see her making Easter baskets for her son James, and the producer is just like, "Have you seen Leah?" She said no, she hadn't seen Leah in the past few months. Leah hasn't been answering her texts, her calls, none of that. Amber feels like someone is in Leah's ear. First of all, honey, ain't nobody, listen, that child is a preteen if she isn't already a preteen. I forget these kids' age, but they darn their teenage status. And with that being said, that girl knows what it is. She's been paying attention for a while. I'm not going to put anything past Gary. He probably did slip up and say something that he wasn't really supposed to say. Or, something of that nature. But best and believe, that child has her mind made up on her own. On her own. You can't sit up there and try to blame everybody else for you being absent. And I understand that Amber deals with some mental health issues, but at the same time, just accept the fact that you have some building to do with your daughter. And I don't even, yes, she missed the time when she went to jail. But to be real with you, I don't even really count that time. I know that sounds weird because it was time away from her daughter, but she still had time since then to build with her daughter. But it just seemed like you rather have a man than worry about your kids. You put a man before your kids, so you can't be shocked that she's feeling this way. And you can't be mad that Christiana has stepped up in a place that you haven't. So you should be grateful that this woman is taking on your child like it's hers, like she's hers. Because a lot of women would treat her like a stepchild because this is how some childish women are. But she literally treats that girl like that's her own child. And instead of Amber being a grown-up woman about it, she wants to sit around there and go on Instagram and call Christina, whatever her name is. God, now I'm getting Love After Lockup confused with the names. But now she want to sit up there and call that girl whore in a home wrecker. First of all, your home was already wrecked, if we can just be for real. Because your home was wrecked after you sat up there and you punched Gary on live TV. Their home was not structured correctly. There was no sturdy foundation on that home of yours, Amber. Wake up, sweetie. Wake up. Like, for real. So to sit up there and be mad at the fact that Leah ain't bunking with you and take it out on that girl was stupid. That stuff was from so long ago, honey. And Gary said that he had already told Amber when she was in prison that he had met her and this, and that, and that, and that. So for Amber to act this way, it just shows Amber's character. We've already been knowing who Amber is. And once again, I'm an advocate for mental health, depression, anxiety, other forms of mental health issues. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. At the same time, for Amber, it's just kind of like, I don't want to keep on having to use what you're going through mentally. I think she's bipolar too. I don't want to use it as an excuse for you getting on to this mother figure in your daughter's life and you trying to go after her over stuff that don't even matter at this point. That's years ago. So getting on Instagram and it's like, well, I was just gonna post that for my fans to see and then take it down, but then it blew up, and I'm like, whatever. Do you think this is gonna make your case stronger with building your relationship with your daughter, or having her father and her stepmother be comfortable to have her around you, or pretty much your daughter don't want to be around you because it's already embarrassing. Her friends seeing that, she's seeing that, like, she don't want to be around you, and you go on Instagram thinking it's gonna what? Make it better because you in your feelings. Something wrong with Amber. And I ain't talking about mental health wise. Like, she couch work, leather couch work, real leather with massage seating, baby. Couch work. That's what she needs. So she was talking to her mama, and she was just saying, you know, like I said earlier, Leah just got somebody in her ear and da-da-da-da, baby. Leah been feeling like this. Leah got her own mind. She showed us last season that she got her own mind. That baby's smart. She's emotionally intelligent. She really is. And so, you know, even Leah was just saying, she just gave birth to me. And I was just like, ooh, ouch. But if that's how she feel, that's how she feel. You can't be mad at that's how she feel. So Amber she tried to call herself going on a mini vacation downtown Indiana. Which I'm just like, for what? For you to be in the bed? You could have saved your ducats. You could have been at the house. What was your point? That's just me. Like, because I don't see her trying to go off and explore. Because, I mean, she's kind of a homebody. Ain't nothing wrong with a homebody. I'm a homebody as well. But, oh, I just saw this as a mini vacation. What you about to do? Nothing. You about to stay in the bed, be on your phone, be on TV. You ain't about to do nothing. Waste of money. But at this point, Amber is just blaming everything on Gary and Christiana. And I'm just like, you really need to find something to do. And you need to take accountability for the fact that you haven't put your daughter first in a while. She knows that. And she's dealing with it the best way she can. So the best way for you to deal with it is to get over it. And try to keep on reaching out to her. And when she's ready to reach out to you, she'll reach out to you. Until then, it just is what it is. Amber needs to get over herself. It ain't about her. And then what was crazy and delusional was the producer was like, you not feel like you and Leah are close? And she was like, me and Leah are close. And I was like, in what world? Are we still on planet Earth, Amber? Are you here with me, Amber? Blink twice, Amber. What? You saying that y'all are close? When? Where? How? Whom? Like, nah. I still don't understand that. Not gonna stunt. I still don't understand that. So, honey. Amber gonna bring it this season. That's probably between her and Cheyenne. And that's the last person I got to talk about. Cheyenne and Zach. Let me say this. I've never been pregnant. Full term. So I don't believe that I never experienced having like full on hormones, like to where they start to control you and doing all that. My friends have been pregnant. I've seen it. Not saying that it can't happen, but I've seen it. But the way that Cheyenne was acting in her scenes was spoiled rich girl syndrome. Been there, done that. I come from a good background myself. I probably don't look like it, but I come from a pretty good background myself, and I can be spoiled too. And that's what she was giving me, spoiled rich girl syndrome. So we get into it. Her and Zach are on the way to her doctor's appointment. She wasn't sure if she was going to get an ultrasound or not. She went in. They ended up not doing an ultrasound, but the doctor just heard her heartbeat, make sure the baby was okay. Well, during this time, Zach decides he wants to go to the bathroom. So I'm just thinking to myself, was this planned? Like, because he was like, you need a key to go to the bathroom. I'm like, do you need a key? I was like, is this fake? Because it's sounding fake for y'all to have some type of storyline or something. Because this didn't make no sense. Why would he need a key to go to the restroom in a doctor's office? Like, something, I don't know. Something about that it caught my attention. I was just like, this is not making any sense to me. So while Zach went to the restroom, JC, the producer, hears the heartbeat. He's claiming, oh, I was looking for you, and I heard the heartbeat. He's like, man, you heard the heartbeat. Like, yeah, I heard the heartbeat. Da, da. So at this point, Zach is mad because he was just like, man, she was supposed to FaceTime me. Now remember, this is Zach's first child. Zach does not have any children. So I can understand the way that he's feeling. He wants to be a part of everything dealing with his first child. I can't be mad at that. So when Cheyenne get in the car, because before she got out the car, he was just like, she was telling him, yeah, I'll FaceTime you, but she was still making reference to an ultrasound. So I think it was a misunderstanding in communication that in reality, Zach wanted her to call her no matter what it was. Heartbeat, ultrasound, shoe, kicking. Like, he wants to be a part of it. Can't be mad at him for that. So when Cheyenne got back in the car, he was like, I thought you were going to FaceTime me. She was like, it was so quick. She didn't do an ultrasound. She just did a heartbeat. He was like, I still wanted to hear it. So, honey, they driving and they getting into it. I was like, really? Like, I was just like, is that really this serious right now? But he a first-time father. He wanted to hear it. You know, she starts yelling and all that stuff. You're not the one carrying the baby. And I can only imagine how it is carrying a baby, especially during an epidemic, because we are at a pandemic, baby. We are epidemic. If you don't know what that is, please Google it. We are in an epidemic. I'm tired of people saying pandemic. I am a health major, okay? It's an epidemic, okay? But anyway, moving on from that, honey. My thing is, you know, it was just too much. She was saying, you're not the one carrying a baby, and trying to tell him to shut up, and it's my hormones, and there's so much going on, and this and that and that. And then she just started yelling, shut up, like, just yelling. I'm like, Cheyenne, baby, are you okay? Cheyenne, blink twice. Like, girl, calm down. We fast forward or whatever. She was telling him, shut up. And I'm just like, and he was just like, yo, you ain't gonna tell me to shut up. Da, da, da. He was taking up for himself. That I'll give him, because Cheyenne is spoiled. I can tell the way she was acting. Cheyenne is spoiled. She's spoiled. Girl, before I know it, she told him to pull over. He got out the car. She went in the driver's side, pull off. I was like, this better be fake. Because that right there, I would have never gone back to her at all. If you want to sit up there and put me on the side of the road, we can't be together. And that's why I was just like, I'm really hoping this was fake and set up by production. So basically, Zach was on the side of the road talking. Well, it looked like they were in a downtown on the sidewalk type of thing. But still, putting them out and you driving off like that, that's crazy. Zach is on the side of whatever talking to JC, the producer. And basically, Zach was like, everybody's slick cower down to Cheyenne. They don't tell her how it is. They just go with it. And he was just like, I'm not that type. And I was like, congratulations for you. Hurrah. Okay? Hurrah. Because that's what you need to be. But my thing is this. Cheyenne was so concerned about trying to get married and have a baby. I feel like she was still competing with her baby daddy, Corey. I don't know if he engaged or married or not, but he ended up having another child. And she wanted that life for herself. And in reality, her and Zach, they don't really look like a compatible couple to me. They've had issues in the past as well. Not saying they can't change, but I feel like they just rushed to it too quick. And that really matters when you're trying to build a family and stuff like that. I just wonder if they truly know each other. And everybody can say, oh, it's their hormones, it's this and that. I'm pretty sure it had a little bit to do with that, but the way she was acting, that was absurd. To put him out on the side of the road was absurd. So I'm really hoping that this was fake. And another thing that I feel for Cheyenne on is that she does have a lot on her plate as far as, being possibly afraid that the baby could come out with VLCAD. It's a long, rare disease. It's what Ryder has, but I believe it's the inability to break down fats like you need to, so it can make Ryder sick. That's why she was sick. Though that's why she was in the hospital a couple of times last season. And I think that's a lot on her mind too of, could my baby be sick? Because I can't remember if her or Corey carried that dominant trait and if that would be the same situation with her being pregnant. So that is a lot to think about. And then having a baby in an epidemic is a lot too. So, I feel for both of them. But Cheyenne's spoiled. So he makes it over there to the mama house. And first of all, the reason why he went over there to the mama house because Cheyenne was going over to her mama house. And he was saying that he needed to get the house key. And I'm like, you don't got no house key? I'm like, whose Jeep is this? Is this your Jeep? Because I thought Cheyenne had a Jag F-Pace, because that's what I have. So, who car is this? You don't get no house key? You still got to knock to get in the house? Like, something about that was crazy to me. I was like, oh, okay. So he goes over there, knocks on the door. The stepdad comes to the door, steps outside. And so basically, Zach was just like, how do you feel like I handled things with Cheyenne? Cheyenne was doing this and this. Before the stepdad could answer, smart man, he didn't say nothing. But before he could answer, the mama come out. And she was just like, she's pregnant and she's just going through a lot. And of course, one thing Zach should understand is, especially on camera, her parents, whether that's her stepdaddy, her real dad, they gonna ride for their daughter, baby. Don't you ever think that they gonna try to side them with you. They're not gonna do that. He might do it in private, no cameras. But for a person like Cheyenne, the hell that comes with that, to side with somebody else over her, they're not gonna do that to her. You should have never asked them that. He ended up getting the key. Cheyenne ends up going off on the producers and everybody, saying that she didn't want to film, saying F JC, the producer, I guess F Zach, the baby daddy, and F the rest of the camera crew. spoiled. But honey, that was Teen Mom OG, honey. The most boring stuff ever. I hate my loyalty is with them because I've been watching them literally since them kids were babies. I feel like they my nieces and nephews at this point. Mine is Cheyenne because she got on there late. But, you know, I've been watching them kids for forever. But it was truly a boring episode. I don't see this part of the franchise lasting too much longer. But I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. We got through it. Leave your comments down there at the comments. I'll make sure to reply. Let me know how you felt about this week episode. I am going to try to do Raising Kanan. Ooh, that's the Southern Belle for Kanan. Raising Kanan. As well as a Real Housewives of Potomac. 90 Day Fiance the other way. I ain't gonna lie. 90 Day Fiance the other way, Slick got me burnt out. But I'm gonna try to do that review. And a few more shows that I watch. And hopefully you'll be back with me. And I'll be seeing y'all on the west side. All right, now, be easy.